Hello. Oh, I'm a few minutes early, and that's okay because we're going to try and get all the gadgets doing what they need to do, right? After last week's disaster, let's try and get this going. Oh, yes, it's up and running. Okay. Oh, let me turn it down. Please hold. There we go. So hopefully everything will be good. So as always, tell me who you are and where you're watching from. And I have a fun treat. It's all about the treats tonight. We're almost Halloween and I'm super excited. This is all of the paper that I've got left. That's it. I used that entire pack and I added cardstock as well. So we're down to the last scrap. So this is the last project with the Halloween paper, with Halloween coming on. So I've made it my mission after, do you remember the card that, I hope you watched last week. Do you remember this card last week? So much fun. I absolutely love this card. So I'm going to make one more thing, and I thought I'd make a cute treat container, and it's all about the treats. If you remember, I used this set a few weeks ago and made this cute little bag. I had used it on a card, and I also showed you a summer version. It's called Notes and Totes. So I made a summer version, which would be cute, you know, at a bridal shower or a wedding shower or, you know, anything like that. A baby shower, you could do it in different colours and put little chocolates inside, you know, especially those square chocolates or cookies. A cute cookie would fit inside there as well. So that I thought was fun. This obviously I did using the Halloween paper that I'm going to use tonight. So again, that would be cute to hand out. You know, you could put Reese's inside, you know, keep with the theme with the orange and the purpley pink. You know, this would fit some nerds, whatever. How cute is that to hand out? Adorable. You have from now until Friday night to get your machine out and start creating those. But I thought I'd come up with a couple. As you know, I was in Texas last week. I had a great time. There were loads of us together. We created, we crafted, we made new friendships. I ate barbecue brisket, which was the best I'd ever had. I tried fried okra. Yeah, I can tick that off the list of things never to do again. It was different. Been there, done that. Check mark, right? But my friend Janine found these cute purple messages. Hi, Fiona. Cute purple little pots. Aren't they adorable? She found them at IKEA. And they were really, really inexpensive. Like a matter of a few cents or a dollar. Very, very cheap. And I thought they were super, super cute. So I used various dies that she had along with the this set here, which I'm going to use tonight. The name has just closed down completely. It is called Spooky Halloween. And it came in the bundle with the paper, and that's why I'm using it. So you can see I used these bats, and then I used the word spooky, and we decorated this pot. Just a few decorative leaves behind, and then this was some of the ribbon, which was part of the celebration set. She had it, she said I could use it, so I'm like, I'm all in. And then she just filled them with M&Ms. You could put, again, anything in here. You could put that fake grass with the purple and little gifts, little trinkets, whatever. You could put any kind of candy in here. I think it's so super cute. And then I made these for all of the attendees at the event, and then she gave me some of these plastic gift bags that she picked up. You could probably find something similar on Amazon, and they were this deep purpley color, almost Blackberry Bliss, and that's why I used that ink color. That was Blackberry Bliss ink on the spooky. And then I, again, used these dies. Here are the bats, here are the fence posts. And then again, we added in some greenery. These are the textured floral leaves. And I did it in the crushed curry cardstock because I thought it looked a bit like corn stalks. That was where my brain was going. And then some other little leaves that she had in a set. And again, with the Spooky Halloween, no tricks, all treats. Those were the words, and you know these are my favorite circles on these. This is the Spotlight on Nature circle dies, which I will continue to use until you pull them out of my cold dead hot hands, because I love them. Hey Vanessa, so that's what I created for all of the attendees at our team event, so that kept me out of mischief for an entire afternoon and evening as I busy created. So I thought I would give you one last treat box, this time a little box or basket for you to use. I'm going to give you all of the paper piece sizes for this in just a minute. So these squares are 2.5 by 2.5. I've cut them out of Granny Apple green cardstock, and I'm using again that stamp from that same set I've just shown you, and we are just going to stamp these cute background images. And I'm just going to keep rotating this stamp and fill in the cardstock. So you all know this technique is called tone on tone. It's the same color ink, same color cardstock, and we're just going to rotate it coming off the edge. This is just a piece of cardstock that came in the back of a card kit, and it's just perfect. Look how cute that is. If you feel the edges need more, bring up the edge of that stamp and stamp around the edge. I'll clean that in just a hot minute, not right now. Let's put it out of the way where I'm not going to get inky. Okay, now I'm going to give you all the pieces. I tried to go ahead and stamp most of it and prepare most of it just for speed. All right, because you don't need to see me edge distressing all of these pieces. The base is a 2.75 by 11 piece of cardstock. So that's Niten Nanago Kokero Juichi Dozo. So 2 3/4 by 11. And I'm going to score it every 2 3/4 inches. So 2 3/4, 2.75, Niten Nanago. No, right now we don't, Vanessa. I wish we did, but no, right now we don't. Then again at 5.5, and then again at 8.25. So Niten Nanago, Goten Go, Hachiten ni Go, I think. I need my Japanese friends to correct me on that. So 2.75, 5.5, 8.25. 2.7, 2 3/4, 5.5, 8.25. Okay, so I just scored it on my paper cutter using that. All right, then I took another piece of cardstock, which was 2.75, so the same length, by 1 inch. And then I scored it at the 1/2 inch mark. So this is 2.75 inches long, just like this piece is. I've scored it at 1/2 inch. It's 1 inch wide, so it gives me a nice score. And you can see, because I did 2 of them, where I've already attached one side to the inside of this box. Okay, can you see? So I've already glued it. Now I'm going to glue the other side. So I'm going to use my fine tip adhesive, because this adhesive is super permanent. It takes a minute to dry, which is why we're going to do this straight away, right? You could use the tear tape, you could use the Tombow adhesive, but I actually like to use this adhesive for this. And we're going to take that and we are just going to fold it, all right? And I'm now going to move it to one side, and I'm going to put my glue on top of it to try and hold it down. Because let's use an ink pad. We love an ink pad, right? It'll hold that end down, and while that dries. Now, the biggest mistake people make when they're using this is they put the adhesive on, they glue the pieces together, and then a couple of seconds later, because the surfaces of the cardstock are adhering, you think it's glued. You go to move it, and then it pops apart, and then it rips the surface of your of the cardstock, because the adhesive might be dry to touch and to hold each other together. But as soon as you put any pressure on it, those fibres are still wet or still damp within the cardstock. And so, of course, they rip and they tear. So we're just going to let that sit while I carry on doing the other things I want to do. All right, we have another 2 pieces, or we should have another 2 pieces of paper here. There is one. Where's it gone? I had everything laid out on my desk. So these squares, just like the cardstock, are 2.5 inches square. And of course, as soon as I move all this, I'm going to find it. And so I'm not going to need a second one at all. But right now, it's escaping me. Come on, cardstock, where are you? Now, I'm hoping that the sound is clear because I've actually got my microphone in a different place. So let me know in the comments below if you can hear me clearly on my on this video. I'm hoping you can. So please let me know in the comments if everything is coming through clearly while I frantically search for the paper I'm looking for. Oh, I hate it when this happens. Well, we will, just in case we don't find it, we're going to cut another one, right? When all else fails, cut more. Okay, so we need a 2.5 by 2.5 inch square. I know it's here, and as soon as I stick everything down, you know that I'm going to find it. But never mind, we'll do another pink one. We like pink because it's in the candy wrappers. And if I don't need it, I'll use it for something else, right? Loud and clear. Oh, I love that. Okay, so my microphone's going to be pinned up like that from now on. Okay, here we go. So last week, if you remember, I used this die, which was the 5th, I think, largest die in the set to create these arches in the card. Okay, for this project, I'm using those 3 dies together, and I'm going to just pull them here, right? So if this is number 1 and 2, I then used 3, 4 and 5 for this project. So these are the, what are they called, everyday arches, 164, 629. So Ichi, Roku, Yon, Roku, Ni, Q, possibly. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 I'm using. Now, what you could do, you could take a Sharpie marker and you could colour the edge of these and have and just do yourself a quick guide on the inside of the paper, so and tell you which order they're in. Sometimes people do that. It doesn't hurt the die in any way, shape or form. So this was number 1, or sorry, number 5. This one is number 4. And this one is number 3. So you can see that they will stack on top of each other. And I'm going to do that right now. It is really aggravating me that I can't find that candy paper, having cut it. It's driving me bananas. Because I know it's on the table somewhere. Yeah. Never mind. All right, just move beyond the candy wrapper, Sarah. So I'm going to just stick these together. So let's go, because I've got some more techniques to share with you. So this is why I was trying to get most of the prep work done ahead of time so that I can focus on the fun stuff, right? So number 4 goes on number 5 and number 3 goes on number 4. Look how cute that is with the bats. I like big bats and I cannot lie. All right, so another fun thing that I cut out of using the dies is the house. How stinking cute is that? Now I was going to do another house behind it, but I want it to be yellow. I want to be able to see it behind. So you've got a choice. You could just cut 2 strips of yellow cardstock and glue it behind, or you can glue this entire house to the yellow piece and just trim out what you don't need. So you can actually move it all the way across there, which makes it easier, which I want to do. I want to also color in. This is, oh, I don't know what color this is. Lemon Lolly, is it? I think it's the very pale yellow out of the subtles. Okay, but then I'm going to use Daffodil Delight, which is the slightly darker shade, and I'm also going to use Pumpkin Pie as the last shade. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my scissors. Where are my scissors? This is not the pair of scissors I wanted to use. Honestly, sweet mother of pearl, did somebody come in here and move all my stuff? Yes, that would be you, Sarah. All right. So if any of you watching met me in Jackson when I did my event last 2 weeks ago, say hi, because that was super fun. All right. And I'm just going to just snip that off like that. Okay. So that gives me a good idea where stuff is going to be. All right. So holding that in place, I'm just going to take my dark yellow pencil, and I'm just going to build up some of that yellow around the edge of that. We're going to make this one orange, and I'm not being careful. As you can see, I'm just adding a little bit of color. We'll make these windows orange. Okay, and I'm doing it through the holes. And we'll do this one orange, but we'll do it yellow at the bottom. Okay, and we'll leave that one plain. All right, so I'm going to take my Wink of Stella, because I want my windows to be sparkly and for them to blend. So we're going to start with the yellow colours first. So I'm going to go round, and then I'm going to bring it in just a little bit so that it just lightens into the centres. And I'm going to take it out beyond that line that I drew with, because I don't want any of the pale yellow to show. All right. Ooh, that one's gone a little bit wet. Okay, same with this. We're going to take the yellow, we're going to take it a little bit bigger, and then we're going to take it up into the orange, so it's orange at the top, and we can pull that orange back down a little bit and then really blend it. Okay, the orange, same thing. We'll go around in a circle, make it bigger, and then make it lighter in the center. And then here, I'm going to go all the way over it, and you'll get some shading. Okay, and then I know that the door is here, so let's make it sparkly so it looks like it's clear glass on the door. So if I now hold my house up in front of it, ooh, I've got all sparkly windows of all different colors and shades. Okay, so let's just blend that one back out just a whisker more. Okay, you know a whisker is a technical term. I have a bat that I colored already. Sorry, I cut already, and we're going to be a sparkly bat, because the world needs, in my opinion, more sparkly bats. Okay, maybe that should be my new team name, Sparkly Bats. I don't know, it absolutely should. And talking of prepping stuff, here is one of the little die cuts that was left over. If you remember, there were hippos, and there were bears dressed up, and then there were the dogs dressed up as bats. And you can see that I've given him a sparkly pumpkin. If I tilt it in the light, I'm hoping you can see the light catches the pumpkin, and he's got a shiny nose. So just like I did last week, I have used that thin tip glue to make his nose shiny. So you do have to do that and let it sit for a while, or it can be the last thing that you do to your project. I always want to handle my projects at the end. So if I've got wet liquid glue sitting on a project, it doesn't do any good for my project to then be moved around, which is why I did it ahead of time. Right, let's move that ink pad, because we know that this is now dry. Okay, so here is the base for my box. All sides 2.75, and then we had that 2.75 hinge that I created. All right, we're going to decorate it before I do anything else. So the paper with the candy on still hasn't turned up anywhere in my projects. So let's go ahead, and we are going to add the candy, add the purple, pink, whatever you want to call it. I think it's Petunia Pop. I obviously have the wrong teeth in today, so let's go ahead and add adhesive to all of these panels. This is some fun paper. This was a apart paper that had the pumpkins on, as you can see. It had the fence paper. It had tags at the top. And this is what I do when I'm preparing a lot of projects. I'll prep all the pieces and then it becomes an assembly line. Oh, my adhesive is almost out. Don't give up on me yet. And obviously one of these pieces is going to go on each of the 4 sides. 1, 2, let's do the next 2, 3, and 4. See, it makes it so much faster when they're all pre-stuck down, okay? So we're alternating the pink and the green, okay? We are going to put this piece on here with an equal amount either side. So we're going to keep it up to there. Would it be fun to pop? No, we'll pop the house off. So we're going to put adhesive along the bottom and then again about halfway up. And just to make sure this does not go anywhere. Although, to be honest with you, that is overkill with adhesive. Because, man, this adhesive is so super sticky. It is crazy sticky. It's not going to go anywhere at all. All right, so there we go. So that becomes the front of my little box. Okay, I took a piece of black cardstock, and this piece is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay, so 3.25 by 3.25, and I went ahead and I scored it 0.25 inches or 1/4 of an inch along each side. Okay, and you can see I've already put my tear tape on it. Okay, so using my scissors, I'm just going to peel up one of those edges. Okay, and I'm going to stick it inside my box like so. Okay, you can see I also went ahead and I just snipped off those corners, and I'm now just going to work my way around, peeling the backing off the box, off the flap, and then just tucking it inside the box. All right, last 2. I'm actually going to do it at the same time because it will be easier. There's 1. I love this tear tape. If you don't have it, then pop it on your list. It is awesome sauce. Oh, and like you can see, it is super sticky. All right, so we'll just slide up that last bit. And then I am going to just, I'm looking for my, what's it tool? What's it called? You all know what it's called. It's called a burnishing tool. It's one of the things I call it. And I have mine, and I took it away with me at the weekend. And no, I thought it was at the bottom of that bag. It isn't. I thought I had it with me. It's obviously in a box because I got back from Texas and that baby was here waiting for me. So I was straight into Mimi duties. So I'm just going to use my fingernail just to press that adhesive down and just make sure it's done. So there you go. There is my box. Look how cute that is. And it's super stable, actually. Super fun. All right, let's decorate this. I cut out one of the tombstone images. That image is this one here, okay? So I just cut it down, and I've cut this piece at, it's about 2 1/4 inches tall, okay? And you can see I've roughed it up with my scissors because I didn't want it to be completely flat. All right, and I'm going to stick that to the back, I think. Yes, we'll stick that to the back. Okay, oh, but before we stick it down, let's stick some more of this candy paper on. So you can see that I had a strip left over, and I'm going to just glue it to the edge. Because I hand trimmed out the edges of the tombstone, there is no precise measurement. So I've already edge distressed it, and then we're just going to cut it to fit, like so. And then using my old scissors, I'm just going to rough up the edge of that. I've already done the other 3 sides. There we go. And then let's stick this to that back panel. So this is to, you know, to Sarah, lots of love from Fiona. How about that? So this will go here, like so. All right. And then where's my bat? Here's my bat. Or here's a bat anyway. I'll put the bat on the back. Okay, I've already gone ahead with those mini. Look how cute he is! Oh my gosh! Is that? And that's the back of the box. That's not even the front of the box with the sparkly bats. Sparklybats.com. Okay, let's do the front. So where is my house? This should be nice and dry now. So I'm going to use this adhesive this time. We're going to use the multi-purpose, the Tombow multi-purpose, and we're going to come in and we're just going to go around the windows and the door, because that's where it will buckle because it's been wet. Okay, and we're just going to trim it smaller than this house, so I don't need to do a lot with it. Okay, so let's line this up on my piece of scrap. Beautiful. Look how fun that is. Let's move it down just a whisker, and that's the beauty of this adhesive, is I can lift it up and just readjust it. You've got a few minutes where you can just still readjust it, and then we'll just hold it still. Okay, we'll let that sit just a second. All right, my all tricks, no treats. I did this little banner to go at the bottom, and then here is my little whatever he is, bat, my bat dog. So let's put some adhesive on him. Now I did go ahead and trim out some of the additional white cardstock or white paper that was around the image, because I knew that I wanted to make the image a little bit smaller to fit this space. Okay, so that's why, and we're going to use the old scissors just to do a bit of a snip of this edging for this. Okay, so he's going to come in like that. Okay, oh, I need to kind of move him a bit further across because I put adhesive, 3D adhesive on his nose. Okay, we can adjust this piece after I've trimmed this. Right, so because I put adhesive around the windows, I don't need to trim all the way up to the top of the house. Let's make life as easy as possible, shall we? So we'll just come behind the house, and we'll come behind the roof very carefully so as not to trim the black. Look at that, perfect. Let's just trim that bit off. So, does it look pretty at the back? No, ma'am, it does not. But are you going to see the back? No, ma'am, you are not. Because we're going to bring our house in like that. How stinking cute is that? But I do feel I have an urge to pop that up off the box. Because it's a box, right? It doesn't have to be, completely flat. It's not going in an envelope. You're going to be handing these out, right? So here we go. One. I'll keep them. Okay, so where's the house? It's going to go that way. Okay, so 2. I need a piece up at the top. Let's put a skinny piece up into the tower. And I would love to know if you make these projects along with me, or whether you make them a little bit later on. I hope you do make these projects. I hope they give you some inspiration to create. Or do you go back and do you watch them later? Maybe you do. That's it. Perfect. Let's take this off. So we'll get the house down first, and then we can fit all the other pieces around it. But by placing them on the box, it gives me a really good idea of where everything is going to be. Okay, I'm not sure who else is watching because I'm too busy playing with bats. It's because I do have another bat here, you see. Could I get that bat in? It would be rude not to. We'll see. We'll see. I think it's a lot even for me. And that's saying something. Let's come down just a whisker. Look how cute that is. And I wouldn't be mad if that tucked underneath there, you know. I would not. Yes, we're going to tuck it underneath. Okay, so let's use some of this because it's instantly tacky. Okay. Tacky as in sticky, not tacky as in cheap. Or cheap looking, that's an English phrase. I don't know whether you use that phrase over here, looking tacky. If it looks tacky, it just looks like cheap and nasty. All right. Let's stick my bat down. My bat dog. He's the cutest bat you ever did see. How are you liking it so far? Do you like it? Give me some thumbs up. Give me some interaction. I'm craving the interaction today, apparently. So we have to have his nose stuck on. So he's in front of the door. Look how cute he is. Oh, my giddy aunt. Look at that. No tricks, just treats. We do have to have the bat, don't we? Okay, we've got to be careful how we stick this bat on because he's going to stick out over the edge of the box. And I don't want him to, I don't want the adhesive to show, so we might have to go back in and add adhesive. Or can we put it under that wing? Oh yeah, we can just add it under that one wing. Look at us getting all creative. Do you love him? So my daughter has this adorable bat outfit for the baby. So he's been a bat for the last 2 days while I've been looking after him. He's the cutest little bat ever. He's adorable. But he's going to be a lamb for Halloween and she's going to be Bo Peep. The cutest Bo Peep you ever did see. Okay, we need to do sparkly bats again. So do I come down? Oh, sorry, I need to tilt it so I can see what I'm doing. No, it needs to come off the top of the box. All right, here we go. So let's just come in and make my bat sparkly too, because then he'll show up. He is amazing. Now, if I was clever, I might even be able to go in and add a little bit of adhesive underneath the edge of this wing. But it's going to have to be mighty skinny. So this is the beauty of this end bit where you can cut. And this is usually where I need my... Okay, let's just pop it underneath that wing. And if I've cut it skinny enough... Ha! Oh, just... There's a little bit sticking out, but it won't be too bad. So here is a trick to hiding it, especially on the black. So I'm just trying to peel the backing off the... There it is. There you go. So... Hang on, apparently I can't talk and pull backing off at the same time. There you go. So, if you can see any of that white, you could always take a black Sharpie marker. What's that? Is that permanent? Oh, we'll find out in just a second. And colour it in so it doesn't show. We like that. There. So then that hides that little bit of 3D foam tape. But by putting that piece on, it just gives it that little bit of stability. Do you love it? Another fun thing I may well do is to come in with that liquid adhesive and just flood these areas, because then they will be like shiny, sparkly windows as well. Last thing to do, let's add some stars, because I still have some stars left for my project. Black stars, white stars. Ooh, white stars, I think. I haven't used many of these, so let's go for it. Because I can put them up in the sky. Flying high in the sky. God, I sound like an episode of Reading Rainbow already. We love that. Oops, where did that one go? Up my nail? Apparently so. I'll find it later. It'll be stuck to my sleeve or something equally crazy. Another chaos-filled class with Sarah. Oh, we don't want a star on your nose, pet. But we can put a star on top of a white star that's in the paper. How fun is that? Do you love it? I think it's adorable. So let's put some candy in it and see if it works. Of course it does. We have purple and orange candies. We have purple and pink candies. So this will fit a lot. Now, could you make this smaller? Yeah, absolutely. Just use smaller sizes of the arches. You could make the box the complete width of just one of the arches and not that wide. I think this is a fun size to make, and I hope you love it. And how cute would that be to hand out on Halloween? You know, you can put Happy Halloween or Love from Everybody at the Haunted House 4135, or you could do whatever you like, but I think that that is adorable. So I know that somebody's going to say, well, how does she flood those windows? I'm going to show you how right now, but then you know that I can't move the box. So all you're going to do is you're just going to start in the middle, squeeze gently and take it out to the edge of that cardstock. So are we going to do all of them? Probably not. Now, if you can see, I just got a bubble in that. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to continue just flooding those areas because, and we're just going to do a little dot in there. And you don't really have to squeeze because gravity is on your side. This adhesive is so liquid. Gravity will be on your side and it will drip out. So I'm literally holding the bottle. I'm not squeezing at all. I'm just letting gravity do the work for me. And you can see that bubble has got smaller on that last panel. Okay. Apparently I'm doing all of it, and that's okay. I'm all right with that. There. So, ooh, that corner there. So literally it drips out of the end. You just have to hold it and it will do the work for you. Don't squeeze it, otherwise it'll pour out. So you can see that bubble has been sitting there for a while, and I've missed a corner here. So we're just going to just going to drag this down with my scissors. Okay, take it off. Be careful if you do that. I'm going to use my dry scissors and I'm just going to touch that bubble. There we go. It bursts it and then refloods the area. How stinking cute is that? I am not touching this again. Well, I will. I'll lift it up so that you can see, hopefully, how shiny and sparkly all those windows and doors are. So give me some hearts, give me some loving and some thumbs up if you can see how stinking cute that is. I love it. I absolutely love it. I hope you have a safe, happy and fun Halloween. Get lots of candy. The Almond Joys or the Orange Starburst would be mine. Banana Laffy Taffy, yep, you can save that for me too. Those are my favourites. So have a fabulous Halloween and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.